is a skin tutorial, basically how you apply your makeup things step by step. So the first one was moisturizer, second one is primer, the third one should be the mattifier, the oil block, or a powder. Okay, hi guys, first I'm going to be using the moisturizer, and I'm using the Omaricode moisturizer. This is a Nigerian brand. I'm just going to take a little bit on my hand. I'm going to use my fingers to just spread this all over my face, making sure that my fingers are actually clean, so I'm not going to be introducing bacteria or just adding dirt to my face, because you need your skin work to be as clean as you can to help the makeup last long and just stay better. Okay, so I use my face wipe to clean my hands after doing my eyeshadow. Before applying this, it's not enough, I'm just going to add a little bit more. When I'm done with that, again I'm going to wipe my hands with my face wipe. The other thing you should know about makeup is that makeup is a step-by-step thing. Please, I'm so sorry if you could hear the background noise. The fan is turned on. So makeup is a step-by-step thing. Some people do their face work first before going on to do their eyeshadow or their eyebrow, but for me, I do my eyebrow and eyeshadow first before going into do my face work. So anyone that is suitable for you, anyone you feel is what you like more or is what is giving you what you want, you can go for it again. So after applying my moisturizer, the next thing I'm going to be doing is to apply my primer. This is from the Zikel, and it's also a Nigerian brand. I also noticed that before I knew about moisturizer, sorry guys, before you apply your primer, please make sure that your moisturizer have dried down on your face already before applying your primer. This is like few minutes, or let's say a minute or few seconds after applying my moisturizer before I came to apply my primer. Okay, before I started using moisturizer, I had the mentality that moisturizer was only meant for people with dry skin. It was not meant for people with oily skin and so on and so forth. But if you also have the same mentality I had, I'm here to tell you that please throw away that thought. Okay, moisturizer is also good for oily skin. You just have to get a moisturizer that will work, and I'm telling you that your Omaricode moisturizer works for oily skin. It also works for, basically your Omaricode moisturizer just works with makeup. Okay, it works with makeup. Dry skin, oily skin, it works with makeup, and yeah, it's my go-to every time, every day. This is not the first moisturizer I've tried for makeup, but it's really fantastic and I love it. It really helps. Okay, so yeah, that's that for the primer, and I'm also going to allow this to dry a bit before I do any other thing on my face. Okay, so guys, depending on where I am going to, the next thing I will do is to use my Zikel oil block mattifier. This is suitable for oily skin. If you have a dry skin, there is no need for this. If you have oily skin or a combination skin, you can go for this. Or if you have like a particular area of your face that is oily, you can just apply it on that particular area of your face. But I'm really not taking this makeup to anywhere serious, anywhere at all, staying home, so I'm not going to use this. Okay, so but I want us to try another method, and we are going to do the powder before foundation method. Okay, like I said, this is a skin tutorial, basically how you just apply your makeup things step by step. So the first one was moisturizer, second one is primer, the third one should be the mattifier, the oil block, or a powder. Okay, so right now I'm going to be using this loose face powder. You can use this or you can use a white powder. This is a white powder, so you can use this, you can use a white powder. So what we are going to do is that we are going to use a loose powder for the right side of my face, and we're going to use the white powder for the left side of my face. So you're just going to know how the both of them is going to look after applying foundation. Okay, so like I said, wait a minute before applying something else. So the primer is still on my face. I'm just going to allow this dry a little bit. Okay, so I have my loose powder, and I'm going to be using my powder foam. I'm going to be using this on the right side of my face, like I said.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't want to waste what's left.
So right now we're going to be using the white powder for the left side of my face. Okay.
No, I don't want to waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways.
For my foundation, I'll be using this Zikal foundation. I'll be mixing these two shades. This is the 07 Rose, and this is the, I've forgotten the shade. I'll leave that in the description box down below. Let me tell you guys the trick of my foundation. If I am just going to apply foundation on my face, I am not going through the process of applying concealer and all those plenty makeup things. I'm going to use just the shade of foundation, which is my exact shade. But right now, I'm not just going to apply foundation. I'm going to apply my concealer and all of those things. And if I apply the exact shade of my foundation, I'm going to look too light when I finish my makeup, because my concealer is always 2 to 2 shades lighter than my actual shade. I use 2 concealers. We're going to get to that part soon. So the fact that I am using a concealer after this foundation, that's why I mix the dark foundation to my actual shade. So it's just going to give me something that is a shade darker than my shade. Not too dark actually, it's almost like my shade, but if you see me physically, you know that it is not my exact shade. Okay, so I'm just going to mix this so that everything can blend at the end. So I am using this fluffy brush over here. I'm just going to use my Kiss Beauty spray, and I'm going to spray this. I'm going to use this flat brush to spray the foundation first on my face before going in with my foundation brush. Okay, if you are not oily skin, there's really no need for all this powder thinning. Like I said, I'm doing this because I am oily skin, and for those people that are oily skin that need something that will work for them. Okay, if you are dry skin, just apply your moisturizer, apply your primer, and you're good to go. Okay, this is just extra step for my girls that are oily skin. So we're going to be blending with my foundation brush. Okay,
Towards the sun rays, and on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
Just in case you have spots or redness on your face, and you feel that even after you apply your foundation it does not cover well, you can use a corrector on those parts of your face before you apply your foundation. Okay, and get a corrector from a LA Girl Pro concealer company, something like this, but it is orange. It's orange in color, so you can just use that on your spot first before you apply your foundation. Okay, after applying the first part of my foundation, now if you feel that the coverage is not good enough, you can reapply the foundation, but then don't make it as much as you did in the first time. Okay, so I'm just going to add a little more foundation to my face, still almost the same way I did the other time. So basically this is just for more coverage, but if you are okay with the amount of foundation you applied earlier, there is no need to apply again. Okay, and guys, another thing that I forgot to tell you was that I actually forget this also myself. I forget to do this most at times, but try not to apply a lot of foundation on your under eye, because you know that concealer is still going there, so there will not be too much product on that part of your face. So just, there's really no need for so much foundation on your under eyes. Okay, so you're just blending all of this. If you're not using concealer, give your under eye the same amount of foundation you give to your face. Just make sure everything is blended. Okay, I'm using the LA Girl Pro concealer. This is the shade Toffee. This is my actual If you notice, this is like the shade of the foundation that I mixed, so it's not anything lighter than my shade. So this is my actual shade. So you're just going to apply this directly under your eyes, and then apply a little bit of it on my forehead and also on the bridge of my nose. Okay, so once I'm done with that, I'm going to be using my fix spray, and I'm going to use this to spray my face. So now for the Elegant Pro Concealer, I'm going to wait a while before I blend. I did not blend my Elegant Pro Concealer immediately, so we're just going to wait for a little while before we blend. Okay, let's just give it a minute or two before we blend. Okay guys, so I'm going to blend my forehead first, and I'm using this blending brush from the V Technique. I'm going to use my mouth, and then I'm going to use this smaller blending brush. This is also from the V Technique, and I'm going to be blending the bridge of my nose. As you can see, I'm not swiping or anything, I am just tapping this. And like I said before, if you do not want to use a brush for your makeup, you should feel free to use a beauty blender, but I am a brush girl. Okay, so we're going to do brush for this look. Oh my look, you always use brush. So I'm blending the outer corners first before I go into the inner corners. So I'm basically just blending this, and I'm trying not to take it to the point my eyeshadow is, starting from the outer corners and then we'll go into the inner corners. Right now I'm going to go back into the small blending brush that I used for my nose, and I'm going to blend the inner corner as well. So just go back to blend again. Make sure that everything is blended. Okay,
I'm just a numb.
So guys, that is it for the Elegant Pro Concealer. Now I'm going to say something. If you are somebody that do not like so much makeup, or you are trying to be fast with your makeup, you can use the Elegant Pro Concealer. Like, not basically the Elegant Pro Concealer, but you can use a concealer that is exactly your shade first. Like, okay, let me try to explain this better. You can use the Elegant Pro Concealer on this part of your face, and you will use the lighter concealer, like what I'm going to do now, on the inner corners like this. Okay, and then on the outer corners just a little bit. I'm not using as much as what I use for the Elegant Pro Concealer. I really hope what I'm saying is understandable. Now after applying the lighter shade in the inner corners and the outer corners like I did here, you go in with your exact shade and then you apply it in the middle of the light concealer. I hope you understand. Okay, right now I am using the Zikel concealer, and this is in the shade Creamy Ivory. For the Zikel concealer, you do not want to leave it as much as you left the Elegant Pro Concealer, so just wait for at least 30 seconds and then you blend. Don't wait so long, 30 seconds or 1 minute maybe, but don't wait as long as you waited for the Elegant Pro Concealer. Okay, blending the outer corners first also
To make you smile, and you need me.
Please take your time in blending this. Okay, as you can see, I almost allowed the concealer to go into the eyeshadow, so please just take your time when blending. Okay, this is like excess powder that I have. Right now I'm going in with this smaller blending brush. Wait, let me go in with the bigger one first. I think I'm not done with the bigger one, so I'm basically just blending. One thing about a good makeup is to blend. Don't get tired of blending. No, you have to blend until everything is perfect. Okay,
To hold you close and all your fears.
so guys, we are done with the concealer process. The next thing we are going to do is I'm going to set my face first with my powder. This is from the Zikel. I have so much of Zikel products. This is from the Zikel powder palette, and I'll be using the shade over here to set my face. I'm basically just blending again to make sure that there is no harsh line before I apply the powder.
That you dream of will disappear and flutter on. Whoa.
So right now I'm just going to use my powder brush to just wipe off the excess product on my face. Right now we're going to be setting our face again, and for this process you can either use a white powder or you use your loose powder. So I really do not like the effect I get with this particular loose powder, so most times I just mix my white powder with my loose powder. I've done that already. This is my beauty blender, and I'm going to use this for this particular process, trying to dust out the excess products.
Just a little, right here in the middle ground is where we'll stand. Let go of the brittle, 'cause you'll find life is a riddle that we're not meant to understand.
The next thing I'm going to do is to contour my face. Now for this process is either use a powder contour or you use a contour. What I do is either I use my Zikel concealer for my contour, a dark shade, or I use my powder contour. For this process I'm going to be using a powder contour. I'm using this very dark shade over here, and I'm just going to be using this for my nose contour. I'm going to go back into my loose powder and white powder, and I'm just going to use this to snatch.
Just look on and
so we're going to go back into this dark powder shade. Now I'm going to call the powder contour process the lazy makeup process, because if you are contouring with the liquid you have to blend more, you have to do more, okay? But this one is easier, faster, lazy makeup process, okay? So I'm just using this to give myself like a cheekbone feeling. I don't really know how to put this, but just look at what I am doing, okay? And I'm just taking this upwards. I am not taking this downwards, okay? I'm taking it upwards, and I'm not bringing it too close to my mouth. It's just ending at the cheek. A little bit of it here, a little bit of it here also. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to be using my blush still from the Zikel face palette to see how much the Zikel face palette is doing for me. And I'm using the shade over here, and I'm just smile and blush. Smile and give yourself blush, okay? I'm also going to go on to mix a little bit of this and just, now it depends on what you want, okay? If you do not want so much, don't put too much, okay? I'm also going to be doing this on my nose, just a little bit over here. Like I said, if you don't want so much, don't do so much. So that is that for that. Let me just go on and complete my makeup, and I'll come on to wipe this off, apply powder, and then just show you guys how everything is going to be put together. After this video I'm going to drop like the full tutorial of like the whole look, but this video is just based on the skin work and how you can achieve a flawless nice skin work, okay? I'm going to go back into my powder brush. I'm going to use it to just wipe this excess powder that I have on my face.
And all your fears.
Right now I'm going to be going into my bronzer. This is from Revolution Sugar 2 and I'm going to be using the shade over here for the bridge of my nose. Once you know it's enough for you, then you stop applying, okay? So I'll just go on to apply a little bit of that on my cheek.
Around the ground. Then you said, all I ever wanted was to love like this. All I ever needed was to feel like something more than a closed door flat on the floor. I can offer so much.
So guys, basically that is that for the skin walk. Let me just take this band off and I'll be right back for the outro. Guys, I'm so sorry, lest I forget, please do not forget to apply your powder. You know when you have applied all the plenty things on your face, sometimes you forget to apply powder. But yeah, I'm using the Zikel powder palette again. Just going to take my shade, basically just mix like different shade until I'm okay. And I'm just going to apply this all over my face.
All I ever wanted was to feel at ease. All I ever needed was to get up off my feet. Cause I believe.
So the last thing to do is to apply your fix spray. Guys, I don't know if I'm the only one, but I basically bathed my face in my fix spray. So it's going to dry and everything's going to come together. So let me take this off and I'll be right back, okay? Hey guys, so this is it for this look. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I was able to teach you one or two things concerning skin work, and bet me if you follow this tutorial step by step, you are going to come back here and say thank you to me. It's okay, it's fine. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching, and this video is going to be in two parts: the skin work in details and then the full tutorial in another different video. So this is going to be the first part and I'm going to drop in the second part later on. So I hope you enjoyed this. Honestly, looking at the mirror, I'm feeling myself. This beauty is too much. Oh, in fact, I also use the my got to be glue for this closure wig, and it's really amazing. Let me know if you want another closure wig tutorial and I'm going to leave it that for you, okay? Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for staying tuned to my YouTube channel. Please don't forget to hit the subscription button down below to join this amazing family. Give this video a thumb up, share this video to your friends and family on WhatsApp, Instagram, so they'll be able to learn this wonderful thing that you have learned today. Thank you so much. I love you. Stay happy, stay blessed, and stay safe. Mwah. Bye guys.
When it hurts like this,